Hello, my dog and I are here looking at the evidence that Alfred Wegener had to support his theory of continental drift, and we found this simulation, this little gizmo that we're going to launch and play with this. So here it is, and it's off. This is what the continents look like just as they're hanging around, and you can see that it's possible to kind of move them about, and it looks like maybe some of these things could fit together perhaps. But Wegener did more than just that. He didn't just say, hey, it looks like this. You could cut the atlas apart and make things fit together. He looked at evidence from different lines of reasoning. So fossil evidence spanning the Atlantic and extending into India and Madagascar and Australia and Antarctica, looked like it matched. It looks like some landlocked fossils from one continent could perhaps match up with what was being seen on another continent. And you can see that it's possible to kind of move these things about here and see that that the fossils in one location match in another, and if you sort of connect the dots, you get this. It sort of tells this interesting story about how these things could have connected just by connecting the fossil evidence. So let's just work Australia this way too, and move it up there. There, perhaps it went something like this. Just looking at fossil evidence. Is that enough for Alfred Wegener and for me and my dog? It is not. We're also going to look at rock evidence. And you can see here from rock evidence that it looks like rocks on the east coast of North America match rocks on the west coast of Eurasia and Europe. And perhaps one could drag this into the equation too somehow. And then there's a third line of evidence as well. Glaciers. Glaciers move. They're not just a big block of ice that sits in one spot. They move, and they actually create scratch marks on the rock that they're traveling over. And so you can tell the direction that those glaciers have moved. And so glacial evidence also shows that you had some kind of centrally located glacier down here in the southern part of the globe that was moving outward, and the direction of movement seems to match across the continents, seems to match. So my dog is quite happy with that evidence now, and so am I, and I hope you are too, and I hope that you go be awesome.